Why do most responsible community leaders and organizations say Measure LV is too extreme? Because a one-size-fits-all height limit of 2 stories citywide goes too far, and Measure LV is full of unintended consequences. While it claims to reduce traffic, Measure LV may make our unbearable traffic problems worse by reducing housing for workers, forcing them to commute and clog our streets. Measure LV would increase outside special interest money in Santa Monica politics, because under Citizens United, developers could spend unlimited money on campaigns for their projects. The League of Women Voters of Santa Monica says Measure LV would not result in real voter empowerment. Voter involvement on very large projects may be appropriate, but requiring an election for almost anything over 32 feet will only cause voter fatigue and even more campaign flyers in your mailbox. Measure LV would jeopardize the ability of individual neighborhoods to decide their own futures, with protective neighborhood and preservation plans having to survive a citywide vote. Measure LV is 23 pages long, and its complexity hides many loopholes. Our new downtown fire station and a recent school science building would require elections, but massive mixed-use projects in exempted locations would not need your vote. Income limits for, quote, senior housing were left out. Luxury condos for seniors under Measure LV could be built without an election, displacing renters and meaning less affordable housing for working families and young people. After an earthquake, Measure LV would compound the disaster. It may conflict with state law on rebuilding. Imagine if your damaged apartment building couldn't be repaired or replaced without going to court or to a ballot. If Measure LV passes, all its unintended consequences would be locked in place for 20 years and could be remedied only by another costly election. Vote no on Measure LV.
Measure LV isn't too extreme, doesn't go too far, and isn't full of unintended consequences. Measure LV won't make traffic problems worse, increase outside special interest money, lead to voter fatigue, or prevent us from rebuilding if disaster strikes. In fact, Measure LV does one thing. It gives voters a voice and the final say on how much development is right for Santa Monica. It allows voters to say no to overdevelopment and increased traffic congestion. We need that voice because our city does not belong to developers, their lawyers, and lobbyists. It belongs to all of us. It's time to change course before we're overwhelmed by a tsunami of development projects. We don't want to lose what's left of our blue skies, ocean breezes, and our quality of life. A yes on Measure LV allows us to ensure that future projects maintain the character and scale of Santa Monica, create truly affordable housing, provide real community benefits, and are planned together with the neighborhoods. A yes on Measure LV allows us to ensure that our existing rent-controlled buildings are not demolished to make way for new and larger buildings that are exempt from rent control. Measure LV is simple and sensible. You can protect Santa Monica by giving voters the right to decide. Vote yes on Measure LV.